would be like, Ate D, and then
Oh,
she would always
she
ask.
knows.
You know
So
you.
you know. Oh wow, wow.
Oh my God, dude, we were, and then
You guys grew
I
up
started
together. Well, I
dating.
guess she grew up.
Yes, 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 and then
Working and studying. What are you studying for?
accounting.
Oh.
Well, that's right. You're back to school.
All right. Let me teach you some accounting. One,
One.
two, three, four,
Nice.
five.
Classic.
Accounting down. You want accounting down? 10, 9, 8. Welcome and thank you for listening to your favorite podcast. This is the Maximum Filipino Show. We're doing it end of the month.
Yeah.
And dude, we haven't done end of the month podcast in a while.
It hasn't. It's been
It's been what,
while.
3 months now since the last time we did the end of the month.
I thought we did it like
Oh my God.
Has it been
don't
3 months?
tell me.
No, we did it
Dude,
like a
it
month
is
and a half
like
ago.
July. This is
Oh,
our last
dang.
end of the month. August, September, October. So
Hold on.
October. So 3 months.
Let me put you guys on air.
Air.
What is he doing?
She's putting us on air, so we're off air.
Dude, I'm still doing my intro.
We're on air.
But anyway,
Hello.
right now this is the end of the month podcast. We will talk about some of the things that had happened in the past month or 2 or 3, and we'll talk about it. Right now I'm being joined by Waka,
You.
right next to me. What's up, Waki?
What's up?
What up? I gotta
So
hide
good.
my product placement.
That's right.
And I also have Jed who put us in
She's frozen.
air
No air.
fly mode. Now she's gone. But anyway, and my name is CB, Captain Bug. AJ, you can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me when my wife is around, because I won't answer. But anyway, like I said, we're doing end of the month, and we're just gonna have conversations. This next few weeks is gonna be it's gonna be fun. We're starting to have guests. We hope you enjoy our last podcast with GN.
Yeah.
Dude, that podcast was
That
fun.
was funny.
Yeah, that podcast was fun.
She was.
We talked about Jed. We talked about period cups.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. My friend is one of those. I feel like she's an ambassador of the period cups.
Really?
She's like, yeah, she's been posting a lot about it on Facebook, and she's really encouraging
Yeah.
a lot of women to use the period cup.
Yes.
The bloody cup.
Use period. I don't care if you use period cups. Just don't drink it.
Yeah. Don't lick it either, you know?
Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could use it?
Oh, I thought you'd ask me if I should drink it.
No.
We're not that gross. Do you think you
No.
can use it? Oh man, look at that delay. Watch. Yeah, that delay is crazy. See it? See it? Okay, go ahead. You think you can use it?
No, I don't. I can't see myself using it or comfortably using it. But my friend has been telling me that it feels comfortable. And then she said that you can't feel a thing, or it's like
What? Okay, hold on. Are we talking about period cups, or are we talking about what are we talking
We're
about? You
talking-
can't feel a thing.
we're talking about period
Oh,
cups, but,
okay.
Okay.
You know, it's not like you're going to put it in because you need to
She said put
insert
it
it
in.
in your
She said insert it
vajayjay.
in
And
the
so,
vajayjay.
yeah,
The period
I think
cups.
for me,
We're talking about the
like,
period cups.
A tiny thing
Oh my
would go
God.
inside my
Vajayjay.
This is so comfortable right now.
make me feel uncomfortable. So imagine putting like an extraterrestrial.
What kind of fetish are you?
I can't
Jeez.
imagine anything alien that I should put inside my vajayjay, and then I'll just
Be a grown woman and say vagina.
She can't. She hasn't passed the 5 feet. Wait, how tall are you?
But I would feel really uncomfortable.
Can you say-
because I would know that something is not part of my body that's in there. So I don't know if
Jen,
I feel like this one of these women who like put a plug on in their a hole.
Uh,
Man,
Yeah,
this
I feel like
conversation
it
is
just
escalating.
went further back.
I know. I don't even know if I was done with my intro, but I guess we're done with the intro now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a challenge for all three of us. Okay, I got a challenge for all three of us, okay? This is the challenge. This is a test of maturity. Let's see if Jed can say vagina without three of us laughing, okay?
This is the basis of maturity now.
This is the basis of maturity. If you can say the
Yes.
word without any of us laughing, okay?
Maturity. Or
We
maturity.
gotta be mature about this,
Okay.
okay? This is when we know if we're really mature.
I'm gonna say the word, and you guys
We,
should.
not just us, including you. We shouldn't.
Mm.
Okay, you ready?
The thought of it.
Are you?
makes
Are
me
you?
laugh.
Just
Say it
don't think
very
about
loud.
it. Don't think about that. Just say it.
Yes.
Ready?
Loud and
not a question,
proud.
Just the word.
Just the word.
itself?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah.
Very
Ready?
slowly.
1, 2, 3, go.
Vagina.
You can't. You can't just. You're gonna
She
make us
stopped
laugh.
halfway.
I know. You say bajay and then that's it. It's gone. Let's do it again. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Vagina.
You can't. You are so immature. You can't. You can't even say it. You can't even say it. Oh man. Yeah. That's.
Interesting.
Like, I'm thinking if it's a big vagina.
What? So that's how we start our podcast every time. That's how we're gonna start our
Oh
podcast.
man.
Level of maturity gone. Anyway, so this past few months, a lot of things had happened in the Philippines. The election is happening, right?
Wait, for president?
Well, not election, but people are running.
She
for
said, hold
president.
that thought. Now she's disappearing. Why are you leaving us? What's going on?
She's gone. Anyway, so we there was I think 2022's election in the Philippines, and people are about to run for presidency.
How many years? How many years is the term?
I think it's 6
Six.
years.
I think so.
Yeah, but only one time.
That-
Unlike here in America, it's 4 years, but twice. In the Philippines, it's 6 years, but one time. Who are our candidates? So you have Lenny, right? You have
Yeah.
BBM, Bongbong Marcos. We have Manny Pacquiao. We have who's the mayor of what's the name of that mayor?
Well,
Isko. That's right. Isko. De La Rosa is running.
I don't know this name.
And there was another one. It was Grace Poe running or no?
No, I don't think so.
There was another one. Yeah, but there was another one that's running.
Who?
Manos.
Um.
Right now it is.
The
Oh, Lacson is running. Lacson.
But how about the what's her name again? Oh my God.
Lenny?
I'm really from the Philippines.
You talking about Lenny? I just said Lenny.
No, the other woman.
Other woman. There was another one.
Yeah, there is another girl.
There was
another
another.
another female candidate. Oh, she did? I thought she did. Also, okay, that was just a.
Are you thinking about Layla De Lima?
Yeah, I thought she.
No,
she
she's
was
not.
running.
Nope. Because the representative is the represent.
Gonzalez, Roberto Gonzalez.
Who the heck is Roberto
Secretary of
Gonzalez?
National
Bob.
Defense.
Bob. Bill.
Sorry, it's an inside joke.
All right, we'll take it outside.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
mentioned. Did you mention De Guzman?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Who the heck is De Guzman? Is that the other chick?
De Guzman is from labor rights.
Oh yeah.
Labor rights leader and activist.
Yeah. Are you registered?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, you just did?
No, I
Registered for what?
transferred
To vote.
Oh.
Yeah, I transferred my registration here in this city because
Did you vote
my
last time?
registration-
Did you vote last time? No, you
That
didn't.
was like
2016?
years ago.
Yeah, 2016. Did you vote? No.
Not the past election. No,
Okay.
no. I
So
was
you
working.
know who you're voting? You don't have to tell us. Actually, don't tell us. But do you know who you're voting?
Um,
Just a
yeah,
yes
of
or no
course.
question.
Okay. Because the reason why I said don't say it, man, people are getting vicious. I thought America's vicious about this election, but man, Philippines is starting to get vicious about their elections. Like,
Oh
family are
God.
breaking apart because of who they're voting for, and we've only seen
True.
that here in America.
That's crazy.
You know, oh, it's really rampant these days here in the Philippines, and people are like, okay, unfriend me if
Right?
blank
Man,
is your president, or unfriend me if you think that I'm voting for the wrong president. And there's this a friend of mine who
Is
has
it is
been
it
mentioning or has
is it
been
is it Bellamy?
Bellamy.
no, not Bella. A former high school friend, and then he's been posting a lot about politics and such, and I said I'm just gonna zip my mouth. I'm just gonna not gonna say anything, and he was even upset about it. Like um, he
Wait, he was upset that you
he
weren't gonna say
he
anything.
was upset that I'm just gonna keep
Oh.
my or just I'm just gonna keep quiet about it. It's not that I don't. So he was like, I need to exercise my rights. But my point of being quiet is because like you're capable of thinking or deciding the precedent that you really want, and I don't think that I need to convince you of the precedent that I want, and so he's been posting a lot about it, and then I think he even there was one comment that I did, and I was just like, uh, oh yeah, because he's been talking about the history, and it's like, but history, but others think that history is written by victors, and then I
Yeah.
just stopped there. I did not say anything. And speaking of history is written by victors, um, one of our modules in
Mojos.
our Rizal class, they have this
I think he's
they
talking
have
about
this topic
modules.
about martial law,
Mm.
Uh
and you
huh.
know what it says there,
Oh, mottos.
Yeah.
considering what Ferdinand Marcos did to our country, are you going to let another Marcos run
Mm.
for
So
presidency?
because of the
Like,
name?
and this module was done years ago. I would say years ago, right? Because they've used the same module for the past school years, and so they have known all of it's like they're already brainwashing people, or they're
Mhm.
already trying to manipulate people of who
Hmm.
they should choose as a president, or who they should not choose as a president.
Yeah.
And then the article says um, like it's all negativity. You can completely say it was a biased article or a biased lesson,
Yeah.
which focuses just totally against Marcus.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not really like taking sides, but of course you can tell from those people who have really been through the martial law, and um, I could say that I would rather believe those people, the real people that you talk to who've been, there or who've been part of the martial law years with Marcus, because in our province, we've been part of the martial law under Duterte. In Mindanao, there was the martial law, right? There had been a martial law, which was really controversial, and then a lot of people from Luzon, from Luzon, were um,
You can tell
they
that
they were
she's
so
back.
against it, and they've been doing some rallies, and then
Yeah.
they made it such a big deal, but us or my family from Mindanao and all my relatives, all my friends. they were so happy about it because they felt
Mm.
secure. They felt
Yeah.
that it's, they could go out at night without having to worry, or without having to, feel anxious and to fear death or whatever.
Whoa.
Because when I was there in our province, there were, some who were just, you were, let's say you're drunk. There was a guy who got drunk and then he slept somewhere, and then someone just stabbed him. So, those were th- those, incidents happen a lot before the martial law, and then when Duterte, declared martial law, they felt safe, and um, I felt happy for my family as well, and I feel, over. I mean,
Nice.
I feel overwhelmed that
Mm.
Duterte is still taking care
Harmonizing
of
my
Mindanao despite
agreement.
him being so busy and all. But
No, so you want to hear my thoughts about this as a person who hasn't never voted in the Philippines? Actually, I did one time. I did
Really?
not for presidency. I never voted for presidency.
Hmm.
how
But
old how old were you when you
um,
left the Philippines?
uh, 11, and that was 10 years ago.
But okay,
No,
so
I'm just
you
kidding.
just
I'm just kidding. I was 21. I'm 30 now.
Come on, Jet.
I was 21.
Get with the program.
because when you said 11, so how did you vote? Did you come here and register just
No,
to
no, no. That
vote?
I was 21. So I was 21 when we went here. But anyway, as a person who only voted once in the Philippines, and as a Filipino who pay attention, or not just a Filipino, not a Filipino, but a human being who pay attention to politics and to people and to current events and things like that. Here's my opinion. Okay, all our candidates are. I don't. I don't like Lenny. That's just my personal opinion. I do not like Lenny. I do not like her. She didn't do anything as a vice president. And that's about it. I don't like Bongbong either. Um, I think there's a lot of things that he needs to prove. I think him saying that his dad did a lot of things to this country and accepting that, but at the same time not accepting that his dad did bad things in this country is kind of ironic, and it's just stupid. So you can't accept one and ignore the other. And
Right, right.
I also say this, that what they said, and I agree with it. Whatever dad did, you shouldn't put it on the son. That's unfair. But at the same time, in the same idea, the son, the son is responsible for the rest of the things that the dad did, because that's how family works. You know what I mean? And he was born, he was alive when that whole thing happened, so he's aware. So he needs to recognize all these things and all that. There's a lot of things to work on that.
Right.
Manny Pacquiao is, I think he's still a little underexperienced when it comes to these kind of things.
Not a
I
little.
was gonna say still green, but that's a different meaning in the Philippines.
Under what?
Not a
Still
little
green.
under.
Oh, it's still green.
Experience.
Yeah, it's still green. Yeah, so he still needs more experience when it comes to these kind of things. I mean, I know his heart. I know what he wants. De La Rosa, I don't know. I don't know what I feel about him. So my point is, even Isco, I don't really know anything necessarily about him, but he has done a lot of things as a mayor. But so I saw his history. I pay attention. I looked up all his history, and he went side by side to a lot of different parties. Like at one point he was with Grace Poe. At one point he was with the Liberals, and then at another point he was with, he's like all over the place. Like this dude is just. I feel like he's like taking clout from people for him to be popular. Now, I mean, presidency is not. You're not necessarily a celebrity. It's not about fame. It's about what you can do in the country as a president.
Right.
So serving the countrymen. So a lot of them have ups and downs, and I love this. If you're listening to this podcast or you're watching this video, I love being ambiguous about your stand. Like looking at the person's like, is he for this person or this person? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm actually glad that I don't want to say I'm glad, but I feel relieved that I don't get to vote because I don't know who to
Oh
vote.
yes,
I have no idea.
yes,
Being
definitely.
being president or anywhere in the office, if you retire or your term is done, do they get any kind of
Compensation?
yeah?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, rumors
No,
have it
I
here
don't
that
think so.
former presidents do get compensation. I don't know how
Yes,
that
because
works.
I don't think so.
yeah, because the thing is the highest job that you can do is be a president. You don't want your president to be a someone else. So they still get compensation because they don't want the president to do something else, and they get Secret Service for the rest of their lives, which is a good thing
Hmm.
and a bad thing at the same time.
That's here in U.S. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's here in the U.S. I don't know in the
I
Philippines.
see.
um,
Not sure as well, but I, you know, you're right about feeling feeling okay or feeling relieved that you're not voting, because like looking at the list of the candidates
Hmm.
makes me feel so disappointed and sad for the country. Like I really feel I don't know, more like I feel um I feel anxious for what's coming,
mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
how's the 6 year term going to be like looking at these candidates. I don't see anyone that's potentially there, or who has the potential to be a president of the Philippines, considering of course the problems that we have in the Philippines, that were left from the previous administrations, not the current administration, not just the current administration that we have, but the previous ones as well. We are already at a stage where, um, or at the point where it's hard to save the country. One term is not enough to salvage whatever, or to fix whatever damages the
Mm.
previous administrations have done, um, let alone the debt that we
Mm-hmm.
have.
Yeah.
But you were right with all of those things that you've said with these candidates. And if you're just gonna look at them, it's like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Who are these people? Manny Pacquiao because of course he's famous. Isko because he was also famous and he was a celebrity. I mean, but that's not a good thing.
No,
Um,
that's not a
you
good
knowing
reason.
these people just because they were celebrities, and then you knowing Lenny
Mm.
because she's all over the world, but she's full of bashing and
Yeah.
all the negative feedback. Another bad publicity, which is also not good if you're running a president. Lakson, I don't feel him that much,
Nope.
but from time to time, probably if you're really um like into politics and always up to date, you may appreciate him. Same with the Secretary of National Defense, or if you're gonna dig deep into what they have accomplished.
Mm.
De La Rosa only became famous because of Duterte,
Mm-hmm.
and I also think that whatever he did to the country, same as Lacson and the rest, is not enough for you to run for presidency. So it's really sad. It's really sad to
Yeah.
look at this list, and it's like I feel like if I were voting, or I feel like I'm just obliged to vote because as a citizen, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're left with no choice. It's like you were given the wild card. I feel like you are choosing, and I'm so sorry to say that, but I feel like I'm choosing from the leftovers.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
really sad. It's really
Yeah.
sad. I feel so sad for the country
But this is
having
what I
to.
was. But this is what I'm gonna say, and I said this the same thing last 2016 and 2020 election here in America. Vote for someone. Vote for someone that you like and you think is gonna do something in the country. Not. Um, do not vote for someone because you don't like the other person.
Mm.
You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's like because a lot of people are forced to vote for this person because they don't like the other
Just because
person,
they don't
so
want
they
the
don't
other
want the
to
other
win,
person to win. Yeah, so they'll vote for the other person, but knowing
which
that
is
and ignoring the fact that this person that you're about to vote is also horrible.
Are you
and
saying
also
that's common in the Philippines?
It's common everywhere because even in here in America,
which
like
which had always been the case here in the Philippines.
yeah.
Let's a great example would be the election during the Duterte versus Aquino
Mm-hmm.
election. Like, so they don't want Duterte to win. Um, what I know, and I know this is true, because he is Bisaya.
Mm.
Yes, and that I told you before that it's still a big deal for the Tagalogs
Yeah.
or people from Luzon, for someone from Mindanao or for someone who is Bisaya to be on top. There's always that superiority from people in Luzon, and that they don't want the Bisaya people to overpower them or to overstep them. And then I have felt that discrimination because I have lived in Luzon for I think more than 5 years now, and then I still always get that discrimination from people when every time they hear me speak Tagalog, or especially if they hear me speak Bisaya.
Mm.
Or even if I don't speak Bisaya or Tagalog, even if I just speak English, just because I am Bisaya. And
See,
then
okay, let me speak about this. Let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about the the whole controversy behind Tagalog. What was the phrase Tagalog? It's not Tagalog superiority. It's supremacy. It's Tagalog supremacy. They use that word.
yeah,
It's like white supremacy around here. So it's like Tagalog
yeah.
Oh
supremacy,
wow.
which they
They,
think.
they feel it's like they're self-entitled. It's like the
Yeah.
white versus the black in US. That's
So
somehow
here's my thing. Okay,
the
here's
black
my
and the
thing.
brown.
I'm not. First of all, let me preface this because I think it's important to preface this. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I know it exists in the form of people put down other people who speak different dialect. It might be, it might be Bisaya, it might be other dialect, but right now it's more commonly around Bisaya because of the terminology that we use. There's terms for when you say from the province, the first thing that you think about is, or first accent that you think about is Bisaya, right? Or the
Yes,
whole the whole derogatory idea that if you're a maid, you're automatically Bisaya, or other way around. If you're
Whoa.
Bisaya,
yes,
you're automatically
that's
maid.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
The word
Mm-hmm.
Inday.
Yeah.
If you're a nanny or you're a helper or you're someone who's serving
Yeah.
people, they would automatically call you Inday
Right.
or Bisaya. And
Right.
then in movies, they see this a lot, which I would really blame. I would really blame movies, because I think this is where they got the idea that us Bisaya are servers,
Yeah.
are helpers,
So
because
what I was gonna say is this.
we
This
have
is
to.
this is what I was gonna say. So I agree. Okay, there's this whole dilemma. There's this whole problem going on in the Philippines around different dialects and different cultures and things like that. But it doesn't only exist in Tagalog though, because I'm from Pampanga and I'm Kapampangan, and I noticed
Mhm.
that when a Tagalog come over that doesn't understand Kapampangan or can't speak Kapampangan, we make fun of them or they make fun of them. There's also like a privileges that happen if you are in Pampanga, if you're Kapampangan in comparison to if you're Tagalog. And you probably
Mhm.
could, and I don't know if you can confirm this, but if a Tagalog go to Mindanao or some places in Mindanao that only speaks Bisaya, the Tagalogs will be treated differently.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because right now it's more common and it's more rampant around Tagalog when it comes to Bisaya, because it's a pop culture. You know, it's a popular controversy that's going on. But wherever you go, there's always gonna be a problem if you're Tagalog going to different culture that speaks different dialect. You're still gonna be discriminated either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure with the other cities, but if a Tagalog goes over the town or visits our province, we think of them so highly. I don't
Really?
know why, but if you're a Tagalog and if you go there, it's like, women go crazy about you.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just my
Yeah.
observation. Like if you're Tagalog, we think that you're rich. If you're Tagalog, if you
So
speak
do you
Tagalog,
think it's because do you think it's because not because they are Tagalog, but because they're from Manila? Because
I was thinking the same thing.
In the
no,
Philippines.
even if you just speak Tagalog, we feel like you
Do you okay, so
educated
here's the thing.
more.
And you know this, in the Philippines, when someone speaks English, we assume right away, no matter where they're from, we assume they're from America, right? It's a thing, right? What if that's the same thing? I'm not saying it's truth, but what if that's the same thing with a lot of people, that when you speak Tagalog, they automatically think you're from Manila. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and that's the land of dream, which is not true. Like I can agree with this. Manila is
I think you have a point.
overpopulated. It's
Yeah.
overrated.
That's the word,
It's
overrated.
so
I think
overrated.
that's the reason.
Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah, I think that is the reason why we think highly about people who speak Tagalog, because we think that you are from Manila or you're from a big city.
Yeah.
And considering that
Yeah.
this is a province or we are from, the provincial area, or then we would think that, oh, you're rich, oh, you're successful, or something like that. Just how people think that, if you're speaking English and you're someone who is, well educated,
Yep.
you're someone who is who belongs to a well-off family, or someone who is earning a lot. I
Yep.
don't know. There's always that we stereotype people who speaks good language or who has good command in English and Tagalog, and I don't know. It's just common.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it's just
Well,
in our
'cause
province, or I think it's
I was saying that Manila is overrated, and I've never been to any other big cities, but I talk to a lot of foreigners. I talk to when I say foreigners, I mean Americans. I am the foreigner in this country, but I talk to a lot of Americans who's been to the Philippines, and they love Davao and Cebu. And in my
That's a big
opinion, I
thing.
think Davao and Cebu is better than Manila. You know what I mean?
Are these the
Exactly.
only two? Okay, aside from Manila, what other big cities are in PH?
Cebu and Davao.
Just those two?
Yeah, they're way bigger. You know.
Now, I mean, are
and,
they?
and right now Baguio is overpopulated because of that reason, but when we're talking about like cities, and that's it,
Pampanga
Is
and
it well developed?
Pampanga is
Oh,
rising
yeah.
too. But yes, Davao and Cebu are really like the top pick when you're talking about tourist destinations. And then Manila, you are right about it being overrated. Like if I'm going to talk to my uncles, and then if you're gonna ask them what they feel about Manila, it's just they can only think about the it being overcrowded and it being polluted.
Yep.
That's all they can
That's
think
for
about
sure.
it. We just
Sorry.
don't have a choice, but they have to go through Manila before they reach our province, or somehow they have to stop over
Yeah.
Manila.
Is there a
But
international airport in Davao?
Yeah, there is in
Um,
Davao and Cebu.
Really?
Yeah, I know Cebu. There's one. Yeah, I know there's an
But-
international airport in
Big
Cebu.
enough to take a 747
I don't know what that means.
on the airline, because most airlines,
Like Boeing?
yeah, Boeing 747. So Manila makes sense because it's a bigger land and you have a big old strip.
Davao is
Yeah.
the biggest province, I think. Has the biggest land area.
No, I believe it because it's in Mindanao. So like, right?
Yeah, I won't be surprised if there's a big land strip in Cebu. But I know from a lot of people that I talk to, they never some Americans or some missionaries that went to the Philippines, they never landed in Manila. Like they never been in Manila. They just in Cebu or some parts of the countries. because that's where they landed and they stayed there.
I believe it could
Yeah,
be small
there
planes.
is an international airport in Davao.
Mm.
It's called Francisco Bangoy International
Hmm.
Bangoy or Bangoy International
Bangoy.
Airport.
Bangoy. Sounds.
Bangoy.
Sounds like a fish.
But
Mhm.
it's just Bangoy, so it's Bangoy.
Mm.
Now, okay, so to me, as a foreigner, I'm been in the Philippines for so long, it would make sense why Manila. Again, I agree it's overrated, but it's because it's very resourceful and it has greater opportunities. But does Cebu and Davao also provide the same thing?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. I've
Dude,
never been there.
look at this. Davao City itself, since it is one of the largest cities in the world by
Mm-hmm.
land area, and its land area encompasses more than 6 times the
Excuse
size
me.
of Metro Manila,
Oh wow!
Yeah.
and three times the size of Metro Cebu.
Mm.
So Cebu is even bigger than Metro Manila.
Do you think that people avoid? I mean, not so many go towards Mindanao because due to the current civil war that goes
So
on. There?
they overhype Manila, and it's been like that since I don't even remember. If before my
Right.
if before my
Right.
parents, it's like the dream place to go to.
Yeah, it's
Is
like
Manila,
an American
you know?
dream. It's like an American
Yeah.
dream. For
It's
the
to go to,
people in
because I remember,
Luzon.
I remember my uncles and my grandpas and my grandmas talking about like, oh, we're going to Manila and we're gonna go there, we're gonna be there. And I remember being a kid when we moved from our province, Pampanga, to Manila, and I stayed there for quite a while. And then I went back to Pampanga to visit. Kids around me that I know, they like, they're so attracted to me, and I'm popular as Manileño. It's like, oh, that guy's from Manila, and I didn't understand that. Like, what's so big about Manila? Like,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
people even think that your education is a
No.
lot better if you went to school in Manila. Which
Is
that it's not true.
When you guys were young, or at the time when you were young, or during your parents' time, you guys, generations before you, is it during the golden days? Because I believe you guys mentioned to me, or I recall, that Philippines used to be a first world country.
Yeah, that's during the which is it's funny because we're going back in circles. That's during the Marcos era, and that's what they're bragging about, and trying to prove the point that during the Marcos era, which is Bongbong Marcos' dad, is when I don't even think it was the first world. I think it was the second world or something. I know it's high end. It's not third world. I know that for sure. It's like the golden era in the Philippines, and then they're saying that if you vote for Bongbong, he will do the same thing. But it's like, I don't know. It's so ubiquitous to think about. It's like you're saying that his dad done all these good things, so it makes sense to vote for the son because he will do the same thing. But the bad things that the dad did, he won't do it. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't.
You can't just pick and choose what you think this guy's gonna do. You know?
What I feel, what I honestly feel about Bongbong Marcos is he may have the soft side as compared to his dad, but he doesn't have or he is way too far from his father's intelligence or skills as a president or as a leader. I don't think he is even halfway there, you know. So yeah, he may have the heart, but he is way too far from being a great leader as his dad, or
Yep.
he doesn't have the. Yeah, I don't think anyone can. I feel okay. This is how I feel about Marcos. I think, I mean, Ferdinand Marcos, not Bongbong, but I feel as if for my, I mean, you know, my take about Ferdinand Marcos is like I feel like he is a combination of Duterte and then this senator who died,
Miriam Defensor
Defensor
Santiago. Yeah.
yeah. So
Because
has
he's really
Duterte's-
smart. Like, he was really,
yeah. He's
really smart.
and he is also really, you know, a
Strict.
tough
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah.
He he doesn't mind going or
What the?
Whoa, man, your phone is blowing
Whoa,
up.
what
I mean,
is-
your computer.
Was someone swimming or someone just like
no,
I don't know.
my work. It's work.
Yeah.
Seriously, all the notifications going crazy now.
Yeah. This is like I'm used to that. This is like walk
It's just like me, because
all day.
Dude,
Yeah.
notification is not going on.
Okay.
I already turned it off.
okay,
Let's,
so I mean, I don't.
hold on. I was gonna go back to the. What was you gonna say? I'm
No,
sorry.
okay. So since we're on regarding about intellect, don't you guys have like courses or degrees to where they studies politics?
Yes, it's in high school, elementary and high school. But hold on, before we go back there, I want to touch on the language thing again.
Okay, go.
About the Tagalog supremacy
Right.
against Bisaya and things like that. I totally agree about the movies, TV shows portraying Bisaya in a terrible negative way, though. I totally agree with that because I've never seen anybody that portrayed in Bisaya. I've never even seen a movie that's full Bisaya. Have you? Or in any other dialects
No.
besides Tagalog? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A movie?
Yeah. Like
There's a lot.
in I'm talking about like in the in
like I know what I'm
like in a
talking about.
in a popular Filipino film. You know, there's never been a big popular Filipino film in a different dialect. It's always been just Tagalog. Which if you ask me, I really don't have any problems with it. You know, but Philippines consists of hundreds of dialects. Why don't we touch on that? You know, include it in there. And then what's the worst is, and like what you said, when you look at all the Bisaya comedians, they portray us not a smart kind of comedians. You know what I mean? They're like the dumb kind of Bisaya comedians, right? Jed, is Pokwang Bisaya? I thought she was Bisaya.
Oh no, I don't think so.
But there was another one, not Melay, but there was
I think.
there was one. I think
No,
she
but
was.
comedians is like I feel like most comedians are Bisaya.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Like
know.
Pooh, right? Pooh.
Poo is
yeah.
know he is Bisaya, but
Yeah.
Pokwang I don't think so.
Yeah, so a lot of these comedians that are Bisaya portrayed as not a smart kind of comedian, but they are like
Right.
the dumb kind of comedian.
The dumb
But
kind of
yeah.
the dumb kind character.
yeah, but in
the movie.
reality, these people are smart. Like they have master's degrees and
Yeah.
I mean, we know this. Most of comedians, like funny comedians, are really really smart because it takes
Yes.
a ton of knowledge and wisdom to be a
Smart
comedian.
guy
Yeah.
have
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that sense of humor.
Yeah, to come up with wits, you have to be really smart, you know, a witty kind of person. And like what you said with the maids, the drivers, all these stupid kind of characters, extra characters in movies, most of them are Bisaya. So I totally get how the Tagalog supremacy was or how it started because of all these, how we are not diverse in around our media and around our community. And Filipinos watch a lot of movies and TV shows, so they absorb all that information as a normal thing, you know. If you see it in every TV shows that every maids are Bisaya, you would stereotypically assume that every Bisaya are maids or all maids are Bisaya, you know, because of that reason.
Everyone believes what they see on TV.
Right. And you just absorb it. You just absorb every single one of them. Now, do I think it's a bad thing? Yes, of course. I do think it's a bad thing. But at the same time, being a maid is not a bad job. You know? It's like we antagonize and give a negative connotation
Right.
the idea of being a maid. It's like when someone said I'm a stay-at-home mom, they think that's a bad thing. No, it's a good kind of job. It's a profession. It's a good kind of career. You know, don't put down a certain job or certain titles just because you think it's a low grade kind of class. You know.
Nice.
So yeah, that's just my
Your 2 cents,
15 cents.
or how do you say it? 2 pesos?
That's right.
No, centavos.
Even my
Centavos.
boyfriend,
Sorry.
he
Right.
keeps mocking me, and it was just his way of, I did. But I feel, and he would ask me, "Are you being offended?
Yeah.
Are you
Your boyfriend?
getting hurt? Really? I was
She
just
talking about her
joking."
boyfriend?
You talking about your boyfriend?
And then, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about my boyfriend. And then, they, I don't know, they really feel so entertained,
Mhm.
and they feel so happy about mocking Bisaya,
Mm-hmm.
and then for them it's nothing. It's just, even the people around us, if they say like, if you do something really stupid, and then they have this like, napaka Bisaya mo talaga.
Yeah.
Like, napaka Bisaya, ang Bisaya mo naman.
Mm.
And then they would even say that to someone who is not Bisaya. Let's say you're Tagalog, and then they would
Dang.
say,
Mm-hmm.
you're so Bisaya.
Mm.
If you do something really stupid,
Yeah.
they would
Yeah.
say you are so Bisaya.
Yeah.
Or if you do something, what do you call
Wow.
it? Something corny, or something
Mhm.
that's out of fashion, out of style. They would say that is so Bisaya.
Mm. Yeah. You know what I'm afraid, or one of my fear?
But speaking of Bisaya, hey dude, and since this is a month ender, the winner of Miss Intercontinental.
Oh yeah,
is
that's right. That's right.
Bisaya, and
That's right.
She was my neighbor. And
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, she lives their house is in front of our house.
Yeah.
And then every morning, whenever she wakes up, and then she would bring her her little sister, and then they would go to my house. I mean our house. And then they would be like, Ate D. And then
Oh,
she would
so
always
she
ask-
You
knows.
know you know
so
you.
Oh wow, wow.
Oh my god, dude, we were, and then
You guys grew up
instead
together?
of
Well, I
being-
guess she grew up.
yes. And then I really didn't expect her to
Has she
Be
always
that
been? Has she always been
successful?
attractive like that, or no?
yes, when she's, oh my god, when she was little, I could think
Little?
of
Little.
who
That
is
was
the
nice.
celebrity?
Little.
Her mom looks the same as this celebrity, and then her mom is really beautiful and tall. There's this celebrity.
Does she qualify as a sugar mama?
She's probably still married.
Oh,
Calm
never
down.
mind.
Yeah, she looks like a sugar mama. She's really beautiful.
She's diabetic.
Alex Dixon, I think.
Oh really?
She looks like
Okay.
her mom. Her mom
Ah.
looks like that. For me, her mom really looks like that.
Do you guys stay
But, like,
connected?
And the father
Be
is
a wing
also
woman for our
attractive.
brother.
The father is also attractive, but he is this tall, dark, handsome.
That was like a legitimate question, but I like it.
I know. Come on.
And then Chin Chin. Chin Chin is her nickname. Chin
Yeah.
Chin. Chin Chin.
Oh, so they
is-
know each other.
Yeah, I know.
to the
yeah,
point of a nickname.
Her real name is Cindy Faye Obiñeta, but her
Obiñeta?
nickname is Chin Chin.
That's
And,
so
yeah,
Filipino last name. Obiñeta.
Yeah. She's really this tall
Yeah.
kid. I mean, this tall girl.
Yeah.
She was really tall even before, and then she has this really fair skin, and then this chinita eyes.
That's why you
Wow.
call her Chin Chin? Because she looks Chinese?
No, her sister is also chinita, more chinita than she is.
Oh, she has sisters?
But I don't know. It maybe because it's Chin.
She's
Chin,
12.
Chin,
I don't know.
and then, or maybe the chin. I don't know. But
So,
no,
okay,
it's
so
just-
you know her. Like, not know of her. Like, you know her. Do you have her number? No, I'm not.
Not in a creepy
did-
way.
I asked
Like-
that not because I want the number. I asked that
No,
because if that's the kind of relationship you have with her.
That's dope.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was thinking about how busy her schedule is.
No,
Well,
no, you
we're
don't have
just,
to.
you
text
don't
her.
you don't have to tell us the number. We're just saying that if you have the
Do you
number.
have her number?
No, I don't have her number.
Oh.
Oh, so you guys are not
guys-
that close.
Are you guys friends on Facebook?
On Facebook, yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to connect to the
Right?
this Miss Intercontinental, I don't even know what that means, but Intercontinental winner, if you want to connect with her, just talk to Jed. It only
Yeah.
costs you 500 pesos.
When was the last time you talked to her?
You know how you know how popular she became in our province, that her her Facebook account can no longer accept
Yeah.
any Facebook friends. So we're not friends
Yeah.
with my new account, but we were friends with. I mean, we are friends with my old account.
And this is why I
So
told you need to make a Facebook page, not just friends, because friends are limited. But page, you can have as
she
many
doesn't have the
followers and
time
likers you
to.
have.
Right. I think her fans created her a Facebook
No,
We're
page.
that's
talking about you.
she's not. Well, even with that,
Me.
because she's not gonna profit off of it. It's the fan page. Someone else is running that. She's not running it. You know. So
Right.
I
you don't have the
see.
IP for that intellectual
Well,
property.
I think she's so.
Happy to,
I think she's too busy for that. But
she.
um,
I don't know.
the one that I'm in constant or constantly communicating with is her aunt, who is also a close friend of mine. And then yeah, I mean, we the neighborhood that we had is really like, we're like close knit family.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so we even play the, what do you call this, like the cooking thing when you're little,
Uh-huh.
and we're just getting some plants from
Oh, I
the
see.
neighborhood,
I see.
and
Like
then
a
we cook in
bahay-bahayan kind of thing.
a tin can.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
that even if I am like way older than they are. I would play with these kids. Her sister loves calamansi. Like, we just eat the calamansi.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're really great people. And then when she turned a teenager, I think she was in high school and I was in college. We were from the same university. And I went to their house in Cagayan de Oro because they moved to Cagayan de Oro, and that was the time that I was in college.
Yeah.
And then we were still neighbors when we were in Cagayan de Oro. So
Wow.
Do you think that her personality will change from when you knew her to she is now, or she'll still be the same person you know?
no, Cindy really has a big heart, even when she's young. And
I don't think that's healthy,
I never
but
thought that
that's
she'd
just
be.
that's just my point.
That's true.
And
Actually,
this is
I know it.
Physically, you can't have a big heart.
no, I really thought. I mean, I thought that she's not, or I never expected her to be that successful, because when she was young, she has this,
I'm
like,
curious.
she always do this, and then like I don't know what she was thinking about,
Yeah.
but I feel like sometimes she's so slow when picking up jokes, like, Jin, hey. She's just like out there thinking about, I don't know, her mind is wandering, or maybe because she just woke up, or I don't know, but most of the time she'd be like, okay,
Is this her?
ate.
Yeah, I think so.
But
Cinderella.
she is,
Cinderella.
Wow.
O Viñeta.
So you know this chick? Wow. Okay, you said you know her aunt, right? Is she a sugar mama? Does she qualify?
Oh my gosh.
oh my god, dude, Waka, stop it.
Hey, that was a legitimate question. He's not saying that it's for him. He's just asking if she
Yeah.
is. Come on. You're making it weird. You are making it weird.
Exactly. I was just asking.
I'm gonna pretend that it's not for you, Waka.
Okay.
No, don't pretend. It's not for him.
It's for all our viewers too, you know?
Right. Anyway,
Okay, but that's cool that you
but-
know this chick.
congratulations to you, Cinderella Obiñeta. If you want to contact us, please send us an email to
Yeah.
the Maximum Filipino Show at gmail.com.
Yes.
There's some people specifically, it may or may not be Waka who wants to talk to you, but email us if you
Sure.
want to connect.
Wait, how old is this girl?
Sorry to break her heart, but I think they're engaged. Not sure, but
Hey, I can be her mistress. It's all right. I can be her side guy.
It ain't married. It's all right.
you know what's
They ain't
amazing?
married.
Her name is Cinderella, right? And then her boyfriend is Henry.
Wow, very white.
Yeah, different animation, different Disney movie.
The Cinderella story.
No.
The
No.
Cinderella.
Oh, you talking about what?
He's
The what?
not Henry.
He's not Henry. He's Prince. No.
It's Prince
Yeah,
Charming.
that's Prince Charming.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
There's no Henry.
No. What did I say? Henry is the name. But who's the Prince Charming of Cinderella?
Prince Charming.
Prince Charming.
That's his name.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't have a legit name. It's just Prince Charming.
I'm pretty sure Cinderella's prince doesn't have a name. Let's see. I want to see this.
It's just Prince Charming.
That's what I said.
Yeah, his first name is Prince. Last name is Charming.
Prince Charming is protagonist of Disney 1950 animated picture film Cinderella. There's no
What?
Henry.
Why do I feel
No
like
Henry.
You Lord Farquaad. Who the heck is Prince Henry? Prince Henry the Navigator is from...
Hold on.
I don't know.
From a legitimate history.
Is that Pocahontas?
I know it
Who's
wasn't,
Pocahontas'
but
prince?
I might have made a mistake with
Well,
Oh, no,
it's
no,
not a prince.
no.
She was a princess, but
Yeah.
the one she fell in love with was John.
John, that's right. John Smith. I know.
John Smith.
Is it John Smith?
Yeah.
Camera died.
Ah,
I gotta change it. Hold on, Jen.
we're still. So how old was she?
and the last time I saw her, I was in college.
So you guys haven't kept in touch since then.
Let's not talk about ages, okay?
Someone else. If you guys haven't been, hey, listen. If you guys haven't kept in touch, someone else can touch.
Yeah.
Keep her in touch. If you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Anyway, let's go.
Look,
Hey, what is that site? Oh, Facebook.
Why is it all black?
Let's. I know it's so weird. What?
yeah.
It looks like a different site.
I mean, I know you can change it to dark, but
Another thing that had happened this past month, that's probably connected to presidency. Manny Pacquiao decided to retire, so he's retiring from boxing. He's not gonna fight anymore. That might be connected to being, that might be connected to running for president. But he said the rumor that he said, I don't know if it's confirmed yet, that he's retiring from boxing.
Nah, you know what? I think he was just saying that because he has this wishful thinking that he would win.
No, I actually believe it, because the last fight was canceled because of the other guy got disqualified, and then he still pushed it to fight Ungas, and which he lost. But it was a little weird that he still went for it, because typically he will just reschedule it or not accept the other fight, but he went for it because I think that's like, this is gonna be my last fight or something, like, I don't know. So here's my thought with a lot of boxers. They usually do not retire right away. They still take some fights, because that's easy. I don't want to say easy money, but that's money for them. It's not easy because you still have to fight and train and things like that. So it's not easy, but you get a guaranteed money from it. So a lot of them
win or lose, right?
Yeah, a lot of them will still fight, even though they declared that they retired, because they can always come back, come back from retirement. So that was the rumor, that he's retiring, and big part of it is, of course, because he's running for president. It's gonna be a bad rep, a bad publicity for him if he's running for president and still an active boxer, because that's always been a bash or a thing that they throw at him, being a senator and a professional boxer.
Oh wow, for real?
That he can't do two things at once. You can't be a senator and a professional boxer at the same time, which kind of makes sense. It's like, you can't do things like that, because you have to focus on one thing, which is the whole country. You are a senator of the whole country and also a boxer.
Right.
You can't. Yeah, it's always been a bad thing.
Since you brought presidency back, like I mentioned earlier, you answered that there is a class, but I'm saying, is there a degree that qualify you, that hey, you are a qualified politician?
Is there a degree here in America that you are a qualified politician? None. All you have to be is just a citizen. If you're a citizen of this country, there's no a pledge of allegiance that you have to memorize. There's no such thing as a master's degree that you have to have, or a doctorate degree that you have to be a president or a politician, for that matter. And it's the same thing in the Philippines. Yeah.
Wow.
Are you leaving?
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Jedediah.
Jed, can you hear us? No, she cannot. She's muted.
Are you leaving? Oh, I think she's on the phone. Are you on the phone?
Can you hear us? Okay, you're mute, just so you know. Did you say hold on?
I think she is on the phone.
Oh, she is on the phone.
I'm gonna hang up on her. I knew it.
Well, he figured. I thought you were just ignoring us.
Watch me wait.
Goodbye.
Oh my goodness.
We still love you.
Oh my goodness.
Go to participants.
Participants are right here. And then what?
And then more. Remove. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We love you.
I'll talk to you later.
No, don't report. Don't report. Don't report.
No, don't report. Call us back.
Okay, yeah, call us back.
Call us back.
Bye.
She's gone. She's not there no more.
Okay,
She's not there no more.
but she'll be back, right?
I don't know. She might.
I guess you're right. So I didn't think about it. The reason why I thought there was a school because not too long ago, I met some people who were, making the big bucks, and they were also promoting this school because they're really patriotic about their country. So it was a recent school of called Patriot Academy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called. I'm not, promoting or anything like that. I'm just saying there's a school for it. So I assumed there was some kind of a school or academy like training someone how to be a politician of sorts. But I guess you're right. You got a point. There's like really no degree.
Nope.
But what's your say? Do you believe that celebrities are qualified to run any sort of any politics? Or at least an official in politicians.
Well, Ronald Reagan was a politician and he was great. I think anybody can, as long as they able and capable of doing it. I think they're fine. I mean, of course, people has their own not dignity, but their own publicity of their own. Like celebrities are they're more qualified doing all these. I mean, if they learn the laws, if they learn how to manage the country, instead of just pretending, because you're a celebrity, your job is to pretend. You know what I mean? That's all your job. Your job is to pretend to be someone else.
True.
That you're not reading a script that someone else has written.
Okay.
So now being a president, it doesn't work hand in hand. It's not connected to it. It's like saying, if you're a lawyer and you want to be a president or be in politics, that makes more sense because he's like, you know the law, all these kind of things. You're smart, and it's in line with that form of job. It's like saying that, hey, I don't know, what's some random job. Let's say I'm an accountant and I want to fix your plumbing. Like, no, that it's not connected.
That's true. I mean, you see that a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't follow their degree or anything
Right,
like that.
right.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
but if being from an electrician to a plumber is more closer than an accountant to a plumber. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. But anybody can be a plumber as long as you're able and capable of learning all the things that you need to do. Same thing with politics. If you are able and capable of doing all these, and it's fine. So one thing that a lot of people attacked, there's a lot of things, but one main thing that they attacked Trump, former President Trump, when he was running for president, was he didn't have any political experience, a background, but he was a businessman.
Right.
So he knew how to run a company. He knew how to delegate people who can run certain things in his company. So now it's more connected. From there, it's more connected to being a politician or being a president, because you're running the whole country as a business mind. Now, is that the right thing to do? I don't know. I have no idea. But that in that form is closer to, let's say, someone who used to dig, who mortician. You know, a mortician is like, I want to be a president. Well, you want to be a president? Why? Because I'm a mortician. Well, you can't. That doesn't quantify as being a good president if your background is a mortician. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or just a mortician and you don't want to learn other things on how to be a president. Yeah. Let me do my hot take. Hot take in real life.
Hot take IRL.
Hot take in real life. Here's my hot take. Just simple hot take. Hot take that I'm gonna say. Here's the hot take. Simple, easy, simple. Donuts are not breakfast food. That's my hot take. Donuts are not breakfast food. They're not. Okay? Look at me right now. People that are listening and watching this podcast, or TikTok people, donuts are not breakfast food. No matter how much you want to say it, they're not breakfast food. They're not. They're too sweet. It's not. I'm not gonna say that they're not healthy, because there's a lot of things that we eat in breakfast that are not healthy, but one of them is donuts. Donuts are dessert. That's it. They're just dessert. That's my hot take. Donuts are desserts. You can partner it with coffee. It doesn't make it a breakfast. It only makes it a sweet that blends with bitterness. That's it.
It tastes great in the morning.
It tastes great in the morning, but they're not breakfast. Donuts are not breakfast. They're just dessert.
I guess.
Just believe it.
Oh man, my heart's broken.
I mean, if that's the case, then I'll eat cheesecake for breakfast and call it breakfast. It's good with coffee. Cheesecake and coffee is good. You know?
I just wonder how that started.
Cops. If you're a cop and you like donuts in the morning, good for you. But don't call it breakfast. Don't justify your unhealthiness and call it breakfast.
It could have been someone that worked overnight and let's just get up donuts and then just
call it breakfast. You know, I think one of our colleague, one of our mutual friend, Harold Dagley, if you're watching this podcast, he talked about how superstitious belief started. And he thinks that a lot of superstitious beliefs started because someone is lazy enough to do something, so they made it a superstitious belief. You know, because in the Philippines it's really popular. So he said that maybe one of the superstitious belief was do not sweep the floor when someone's dead or in someone's wake, because if you do it, someone's gonna die. And he thinks that it all started because a parent, during someone's wake, a parent asked this kid to sweep the floor. So this kid came up with this excuse that says, hey, you know, they believe that if you sweep the floor or if you sweep during a wake, someone's gonna die. And then it became a thing. And so he thinks that a lot of superstitious belief started because someone is lazy enough not to, to do it. So they came up with something.
Modernly speaking, like today speaking, or if it's
did you just say modernly?
Okay.
I like it. Okay.
I'm just saying that it probably makes sense today. Like today when someone mentions if you go to the movies, you won't make it to heaven. That kind of superstition kind of thing.
Yeah.
An excuse not to go to the movies.
What if it's someone's date? Someone going out on a date with someone, but this girl didn't like the guy. So she's like, I don't want to go to the movies. I need to come up with something without saying no and breaking his heart. So she's like, I'm a Assemblies of God, a part of this denomination that we're not allowed to go to the movies. That doesn't make any sense. Why? Because the walls and the ceiling of movies are so thick. So when rapture happen, we'll not go to heaven or meet Jesus. So it became a thing.
It could be true.
It could be true. Let me. I think Jed wants to come back. Nope, she's still not there.
No, she is still doing what she's doing.
She said, "Are you still?" Yeah. Yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Not a lot of things. Well, a lot of things happened this month in the Philippines. If you are not in the Philippines and you want to know any current events or any information, interesting things that's happening in the Philippines, this is probably not the podcast for you. We just want to talk about random things that happened this past month.
Yes.
In the Philippines or in our lives specifically, if you're too nosy. So Gary Vaynerchuk talked about how people, how blogging, like video vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's redundant. Vlogs, because video logs is vlog. Okay, so when you're saying video vlog, it's video logs. Anyway, so vlogging is so popular because people are so nosy. They just want to know what's happening in your life and what's going on. So vlogging exists, like daily vlogs, weekly vlogs, hourly vlogs, because people are so nosy. We are really nosy people, and I think that's, and I believe that's how streaming started to, or rooted to, because like we want to know how people play, and we're nosy on how they react and how they play certain games. And another part of it is like us, we watch streams on how to, I don't know, pass certain stage or how to get this certain item, and that's like the only reason why we watch streams, right?
Yeah. Watch streams, or if it's a game that I really want to play but I never got a chance to play it, and I can watch someone play. I mean, like, I'll watch play. Well, for me, in my case,
yeah,
I watch them as if I'm playing the game with them.
Yeah. Because you usually watch streams while you're doing something else.
Yeah.
So you won't be, because you can't just sit down there for hours and hours unless you're with someone,
Yeah, it's usually it's to pass the time. Like it's a.
Yeah, because you do that to me when I'm playing games.
Yeah.
You just watch me play the games because you want to know the storyline. What was the God of War 4, the recent God of War? You replayed it because you started watching me in the middle of me playing the game.
Yes.
So
I didn't know how the beginning started.
Yeah, which is fun. I can't wait for the next one though.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. And one of the games that I seen you played was one of your old favorite games. What was that?
Last of Us?
No, it was one of your old games that, like, your first computer game that you streamed.
Oh, yeah, Battle Realms.
Battle Realms. I wonder if they finally updated it.
Strategy game. Yeah, I think so. Oh, you're talking about the campaign, not campaign, but multiplayer game.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we were trying to play the
together. Yeah, the online multiplayer. Yeah, because it used to be just LAN. It's just LAN multiplayer. But it's never been. I don't know. It's never been online.
The last time you contacted them, they told you that it's still under development.
Yeah. I've still played though. That's like my pastime at work. When you see me fidgeting with the keyboard, that means I'm playing that game. That's like my stress release game, because I love that game. I think that's a strategy game that George was talking about, huh?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, because the game
game.
Yeah, what game that he mentioned, like Age of
Empire.
Yeah, Age of Empire. Isn't that same?
Who was the all I could think of Age of Empire is the ad. I forgot who's the chick in that ad. That's all I could think of. Every time someone mentioned Age of Empire, she is like the main ad person model for the game.
Question.
So the game is like Clash of Clans?
Yes.
So it's like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's a building game, upgrading
that's a very
building.
simplified game.
But it's the effects, the visual effects is a lot better. So it's, imagine Civilization or
okay.
Yeah, something like that. But you don't finish the game because it's online, so you attack other empires and take the loot.
Right.
So it's a combination of Civilization and Clash of Clans.
Speaking of games, like phone games, do you happen to sometimes when you're on Facebook and you're just going up looking at other people's business, do you happen to have these ads where they advertise it in a lewd way?
Oh yeah, because sex sells.
I mean, I get that, but now they're making a game where games where a guy would decide who he wants to make out with, or
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. It's always that kind of game. It existed long time ago. Since I was in the Philippines, freshman in high school, it's always been like that. I remember one game, in a computer shop. I was playing. What was I playing? I was playing Dota. Yeah, I was playing Dota. And the person right next to me was playing a sex game, like it's legitimate sex game. that you're trying to win this girl's heart, and you're trying to win this girl's you're trying to get this girl's to have sex with you. So there are some options of, like, the girl will ask you a question, right? There's some option that you get to choose, and whatever you choose will determine if this girl will like you or have sex with you and things like that.
Do you know?
It was crazy.
Do you know Japanese certain Japanese term games? Would this I'm gonna say ask anyway. Is it considered an otome game? Otome. Because when I think about those kind of love games where you have to figure out a scene, is Japanese games.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know that was a genre. It makes sense if it was a genre.
Yeah, because Japanese have a bunch of those games where you are the lead main protagonist, and you have all this harem with you, and you're making your own story and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay, so that makes sense that the games existed, but it's now becoming more public.
Yeah,
like it's being advertised. It's like, I mean, you just said it. Sex sells.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right. Well, we're gonna end this podcast. And this is how we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it with past few days has been rough around the Gamboa fam, and we're not gonna talk about those details. Maybe someday, but I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna post it on Facebook or post it on TikTok and things like that. And we're gonna talk about mental health and your mental health. We're gonna talk about your mental health. 2020 and 2021, the mental health skyrocketed because of isolation. Being by yourself, that's isolation. But during lockdown, students or kids don't get to go to school. They're just stuck at home. A lot of kids who are in an abuse environment at home don't get to have a chance to go outside the house or be in school and be around their friends and things like that. So like they're stuck at home with their rough environment and things like that. So mental health is really important. Find people that you can connect with. Find people, whoever those are. They can be your friends. They can be your relatives. They can be your pastors, your teachers, your neighbors. Find an outlet. Find people that you can talk to, that you can speak with, because it's not
healthy.
Something that you can take it for granted. It's not something that you can take for granted. It's not something that you're like, oh, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. I know in this generation, or not this generation, but this day and age, still there's a bad connotation with people being depressed, or we take it lightly when people say I'm depressed or I'm sad or I'm lonely. We make fun of them maybe, or we think that they're just seeking for attention. We think they're being silly and dorky and things like that. But it is a big deal. It's important. Find people that you can talk to. Find people that you can speak with, because there's a lot of things that could affect you. It will affect you and the people around you. Right, Walker?
Yeah, I agree. So please take care of yourself. Don't be alone. Don't really talk to somebody. Find, like CB said, find an outlet. Let it out. Don't hold it in. Don't hold it in at all.
Yep. Don't hold it in. Don't shove it. Don't brush it. Don't brush it off. Don't put it under the rug. Find people that you can talk to. Talk to them. And to us men, I know that's kind of hard to do. That's hard to do. We were raised to believe that men don't have emotions. We don't have people to talk to, and we don't want to bother other people, but we need people. We need other people. You need to talk to people about your emotions. It could be your wife, it could be your kids, it could be your friends, your best friend. It could be the people that's living in your house. Find an outlet. Take care of yourself. With that said, I want to say thank you for joining us. If you all the way in this podcast, this point of the podcast, and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button and that bell on notification, and so you will be notified in every updated podcast. We try to post podcast or content twice a week.
Right.
If you haven't followed us in all of our social media forms or pages, you can go to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all that good stuff. Just find the Maximum Filipino Show, and you can find all of our extra content. I've been posting a lot on TikTok, and I'm waiting for these people to post stuff on TikTok because I don't want TMFS TikTok to turn to a CB TikTok. It's not a CB TikTok. It's a TMFS TikTok. But I try to include him a lot, like all the
All
jokes.
those funny videos.
Yeah, all the jokes that I'm doing. But yeah, subscribe. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you guys want to add, if you want to be a guest of this podcast, email us, themaximumfilipino@gmail.com. If you want to talk to a specific person, we're all in that Gmail. It's not just me.
Yep.
You know, Waka's there, Jed is there, Bella is there, everybody's there. If you want to connect with any of us, if you know any sugar mama, please email us. But anyway, we want to say thank you. I appreciate you for joining us. We are having so much fun doing this podcast, this kind of content, and we hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. I want to say thank you. We'll see you guys later.
Late.
Joanne.